Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that I will give you some more information regarding the very basic assumptions I made in my book. So, whenever you come across any kind of investigation of anything such as the leadership, I think you need certain kind of basic assumptions. So, if you look at my book, which is very clearly stated as Unleashing the Leader Within, is what is the subtitle of the book. So, there is a background which I thought it is very important for me to mention here before we deep dive into the contents of the book. So, I made certain basic assumptions. Let us look at what I really mean as the basic assumptions. So, if you look at this planet, which is the part of a very mammoth cosmos of various universes, which is forming the part of this entire cosmos. When you say cosmos, it is the whole matter that is there in the entire space, and universe happens to be one of those part of the whole thing in which you have got multiple planets and stars and so on. So science says that 13.8 billion years ago there was a big bang, and then the whole matter came into existence in the form of a gaseous energy, and then subsequently got solidified and so on and so forth. So 13.8 billion appears to be a very large period of time, which is very incomprehensible for the human mind. So in a span of maybe at the most 100 years of human life, 13.8 billion years appears to be very large. So again, the science is also trying to figure out how much time it took for the whole matter to solidify, and then the life forms came into existence and so on. So one of the greatest astrophysicists has attempted to put all this in a 24 hours time frame, in which he says that if you take 12 o'clock night at the starting point, and the next day night at 12 o'clock, which is the 24 hours, if you keep that as the 13.8 billion years, and trying to trace back when various ice age ended, and then when the life forms came into existence and so on and so forth, I would urge you to probably use these resources to get some more detailed perspective. To make the story short, that the so-called animals and the single cell organism, etc., came into a different form of evolution. So that means Darwin theory says that the evolution will be such that the later one species will be more intelligent and more capable than the earlier species, and so on and so forth. So trying to fit into this 24 hours time frame, it is very interesting to see that the human beings have come into existence only before the few seconds of the 24 hours completion in this 13.8 billion years of this whole existence of this cosmos. So if you really look at the whole evolution, some of the basic assumptions I made is that the various stages of minerals to plants, and plants to animals, and animals to human being, if you really look at the whole structure of the creation, only the human beings have come into this existence in the form of a thinking being who can make choices, and then they can create something which did not exist before. So that means the evolution has brought something very capable of thinking as a human being. That means all the human creation seem to have the same kind of faculties, irrespective of their level of intelligence and what they have done with their life and so on. So I made a basic assumption that the human beings are born as a thinking human being who have got the capability to visualize where they are, and then they can create something better than what it was in their early part of their life. So that means in the whole creation you will find prior to existence of the human beings, this whole planet, the so-called earth is the planet, which would have just remained as the nature has presented it. But human beings have created many gadgets and then many scientific advancements, and they understood the secrets of nature and tried to convert them into some form of a tangible gadgets which has improved our comforts and so on and so forth. So this whole creation minus human being would have remained as just as the existence of this whole planet as it is, without any kind of new creations came into existence. So in other words, the human beings have been created as a thinking being, but some people have chosen to make use of their basic faculties and then make progress in their life. The vast majority of the people are decided to wait and watch what is going to be done by rest of the people. That means the faculties remaining the same. Some people have chosen to take charge of the future and then they created something, and the rest of the people have been just sitting there and trying to wait for someone to bring something and then make their life comfortable. So even in the current pandemic scenario, there are few scientists which are working hard in order to find a vaccine for eradicating the coronavirus. But vast majority of the people are waiting when this vaccine will be available. So what I'm trying to bring about is that the human beings have been created with an option to create something new, to create a future better than what is the status quo is all about. But all of them are not really making use of their faculties. So this is the curiosity in my mind. So I felt that leadership is not something which is only blessed for some people. It is something, is a gift given for the entire human creation. But looking back into the whole structure of the human society, there are people who have taken charge of the situation and then they have led the whole country or the humanity for the better future. Vast majority of them are sitting back and just being a follower. They are just waiting someone else will make a comfortable life for them. And there are people who are quickly adapting to the change and then trying to make use of the whole transformation that is happening. So in my book, Pragmatic Leadership, I made an assumption that if you are a human being, that you are already born as a leader, but whether you are making use of those skills or not is something needs to be investigated. So I made an hypothesis that all human beings are born as leaders. That means you have the faculties to really discover yourself and then make good use of your life. Whether you look at from the spirituality point of view or whether you look at from the material point of view, there is an invisible kind of energy and resource. All of them have been democratically provided, but some people are trying to bring that out, and many people are unconscious about not even knowing that. So that is what is the basic assumptions I have made, and my hypothesis in this book is, if you are born as a human being, that you have got an equal amount of opportunity to lead your life and lead everybody else around you. But if you have not made those choices, it is not because you have been designed that way. It is because that you have chosen to remain as a follower. So this is one of the most important basic assumptions I have made. And going forward, we will try and investigate that how some people have made good use of this kind of resources. So I'm sure that this is the foundation for my book, and going forward we will discuss in much more detail. Thank you very much for your patient listening, and I'm sure that you have started getting some clarity on the subject. God bless you. Take care.